Cool. You did training with who?
Cody Lancaster.
Oh, in Trans Systems?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because we originally were working at Richards together, so he was training me there. And then, so when he came over to Trans Systems and he was showing me how to drive a little bit still, and then Jason helped out too.
Oh, that's a good transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was working for, you guys were both working for another company?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead and keep talking now. You're good.
So when you first told that you're going to get on the simulator, what did you think?
I was like, okay, well, this is different. You know, I wasn't kind of expecting it, but it's just like, well, you know, it might be some really good training for especially first year driving and not really having any wintertime driving with a semi, so I figured it might be good.
What was the, speaking of the wintertime driving, what was some of the things that you picked up or didn't expect?
Well, I didn't expect the deer in the simulator, the deer to come in that right before the overpass, and then also the glare ice to be on the overpass at the same time.
So did you jackknife then?
Yeah, went around in circles a couple times.
Okay, so what other scenarios did you have? You had the snow, winter conditions.
Yep, snow, and then nighttime driving with a little bit of rain. Then in the introduction, just going around different traffic areas, turning into, you know, going to interstate. And then there was a point where you were just leaving town, and then there was kind of like a little blocked off road. So then you had to turn like really wide and sharp to go onto a different road.
What about the skid plate?
Oh, the skid, that was really nifty. There was different parts where, you know, you could drive in different areas. You got cones on one side, and then you had a little area that was about, I don't know, about 100 yards away that had glare ice on it, so that was a little nifty.
I noticed you did quite a few laps on that. Like, what was the lesson learned there? What was the technique that you got out of that?
When you know you're going on the glare ice, or when you can feel it, just pop it into neutral and just kind of slowly move around traffic as needed and try to, you know, get to a safe spot to where if you need to pull over, you can pull over.
Were you aware of that? Had you ever been in that situation before?
Personally, no, I haven't had to deal with a situation like that before.
Yeah. Is there other things that you picked up that you didn't expect on the simulator?
It's not really, because a lot of the stuff I see from day to day driving. So I picked up a lot through, you know, the few months I've been working here.
Was it real?
Yeah, it felt really real. Just the shifting, there wasn't much shifting to the truck, so it kind of took away from the reality of that, but it did compensate a lot for it, just by, you know, make sure you had all your mirrors, etc.
Yeah. And how did the three screens, how does that feel inside the simulator?
It feels close to what it would be when you're driving in your cab. Obviously, you got your mirrors in different spots, you know, and it felt pretty good, you know, about right.
Cool. Do you want to talk about Trans Systems at all? If I ask you a question or two about that? Or?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Okay. What's been your experience so far?
I actually enjoyed the job. You know, I like the people I'm working with, the loader operators. You know, everyone helps each other out. You know, making sure everyone stays safe.
There's a big focus on safety.
Yes.
I mean, has it been different than like you worked in other companies or other like military or similar?
It's similar to what I did in the military. You know, it's a lot of safety focus, making sure, you know, if you're doing something wrong, someone pointing it out to you and like, hey, don't do that, try it like this instead.
So who's your supervisor?
Jason Holm.
Oh, okay. All right. And what sort of relationship do you have working with Jason?
Well, he's my friend's brother-in-law, so we hang out sometimes, but he's a real good guy. You know, if he needs to get, up in your grill about something, he will do it. So he just wants to make sure you're doing everything as safely as you can.
What sorts of things attracted you to Trans Systems?
So a friend of mine been working here for a year, so he's like, hey, this is a good company to work for. They got, good benefits. It's, they will definitely help you with, your driving.
Yeah, that's one thing that we were talking about is like this whole technology and the e-learning and the book curriculum is how we're trying to invest in the drivers on as far as building up their skill level.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you've progressed since you've been with Trans Systems?
I feel like I've progressed a lot. Last year when I was trying to learn how to drive, it was kind of really stressful, especially with working with a manual transmission that I've never even tried a manual transmission before, so it was kind of nerve-wracking. But coming here and working with the automatic, and it allowed me to pick up things a lot more quicker without having to worry to shift so much.
So you're saying that having that automatic shift or the paddle shift,
Yep.
it's been easier to focus on the other.
Yeah, it's been easier. It's been helpful to help improve my driving. Allow me to have my perception a lot better. We'll focus on that versus having to worry about shifting and then trying to do everything all at one time.
Yeah, that's interesting because not that many people bring that up, but that's like another advantage of it.
Yeah.
It's allows you to concentrate more.
Yeah.
On the conditions.
Exactly, and if you need to, you can always flip it in the manual and just kind of paddle shift. Like when you're going over a steep bridge, it likes to shift a little too early, so you're like really going slow up. But flipping in the manual, kind of let it rev up a little bit more and then shift, makes it a lot easier to go up that way.
So what's been the biggest challenge you've had since working at Trans Systems?
Just mainly a lot of the local traffic, like when it was pre-lifts, you had a lot of beat trucks coming and going, and they're not always the safest, so you really had to worry about them when you were driving down the road. But most of the local traffic, like cars and other semis, they work with you a lot more than anything.
Are you set to do another shift on the simulator tomorrow, or?
As far as I'm not sure about that.
You're not sure if you're going to get another time on it or not?
Yeah.
They say 1 hour in the simulator is worth 4 hours of drive time as far as training is concerned. Would you agree with that or disagree with that? And
I actually would agree, just because they put you on the road, and it allows you to test different things without risking, a collision with something else.
Did you try to put it in a jackknife or?
Yeah, they on the skid pad, they force you to, jackknife and all that stuff, just to get a different feel of what's going to happen when you try this or that.
Cool. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about Trans Systems or yourself? Or?
I'm pretty good.
We're always looking for kind of ideas how to spotlight our employees. What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to go hunting, fishing.
Yeah?
Be outdoors a lot, recreational stuff.
Cool. You married man?
No, I'm single.
No. Okay. Lots of time for hunting and fishing.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time.
Yep, no problem.
Appreciate it.